How's it going, everybody? GetRick57 here. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a little bit about my tier list and my reaction to Flat's tier list that he released, I believe, this was like, a day ago? 23 hours? Yeah, a day ago, essentially. So I wanted to make a couple updates to the one that I released because I did do mine pretty early. And uh, since the balance changes, some tiers have shifted a little bit because they did just release another balance change where they changed a couple things. They buffed White Fox a lot and they nerfed Elsa Bloodstone. And in general, I've gotten more of a feel for this season and what's good. And so I do want to shift around a couple of things um based on like what I'm feeling like because I've played a lot more games since I made the tier list. And so a couple characters are out of place in this tier list. A couple. Not too many, but a couple. So I just wanted to shift around a couple of things while also giving you my opinion on Flat's tier list. Now, before I talk about Flat's tier list, uh, I do want to mention that I watched Flats back when he played Overwatch because I was a Reinhardt main in Overwatch and Flats played Reinhardt a lot. And so I love to watch Flats. And in general, in a lot of cases, uh, Flats, I agree with Flats's takes on a lot of stuff because I think he has good takes in general on these games. And obviously, he's been playing them for a long time and he streams them and he plays at high levels. However, I do need to say, in the past 2 seasons of Marvel, like for the first 5 seasons of Marvel Rivals, I agreed with pretty much all of his tier lists. As of recent, 5, like starting season 5 and now up to season 7, I feel like his tier lists have been weird at best. At best. Um, there's a lot of stuff which just in my like obviously this is all up to opinion and again he is a higher level player so maybe it's different for higher levels but uh some of these just don't make sense. Like a lot of like the past 4 tier lists he's released, there's been a lot of just question marks on pretty much a lot of like a good amount of stuff. Now there is a lot of stuff I agree with in his tier list. However, there's a lot of stuff that, I think a large percentage of the community would also disagree with. So I'm just gonna go over like in general. So this is his final tier list. This is where he placed every character. This is every character in the tier list. And so I'm not saying mine's correct, but I just wanted to like talk about a couple of the characters that he did. So I'm just gonna go row by row. Let's start at the F tier. F tier, he has uh Widow and Squirrel Girl. I have Widow down here. I have Squirrel Girl a bit higher, but yes, I agree with the Widow. And I agree Squirrel Girl is pretty bad too. Now you have to note that he has D and F tier. So I instead of having DF, I just have D and then I have broken. So like I made it higher, one on the higher and less on the lower, if that makes sense. So Widow I agree with, and honestly, Squirrel Girl could be in either two of these categories. I don't disagree with that. I put her a little bit higher because I don't feel like she's as useless as Widow, so I don't think she should be in the same category as Widow. In some very niche scenarios, she's actually useful, so that's why I put her a bit higher than Widow, but I agree with that. And then he also has Penny Parker uh down like he has Penny Parker a little bit higher. I think she's so bad that she's not good in any scenario, so I did put her a bit lower. Now, the first disagreement we have is on the placement of Iron Man. Now, he put Iron Man basically like so that he has 6 tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 tiers. He put Iron Man in the 4th tier. I put Iron Man in the 6th tier. I put Iron Man very low because I genuinely don't think that he's good still. I mean, Flats is saying that because it's, I guess, a quote unquote dive season, uh, that Iron Man thrives because people aren't playing hit scans. But that's just not True. I mean, every one of my games is played with hit scans. I mean, there's always a hit scan. Hela, Phoenix, sometimes Elsa gets through, Punisher, there's always a hit scan. And Iron Man, and even if there isn't a hit scan, Iron Man is really easy to counter with even projectile heroes. So I put Iron Man in F tier or D tier because even if Mag's banned, he's still really easy to kill and counter. So I don't agree with this placement of Iron Man because I can't morally say that Iron Man is as good as Bucky or as good as even Black Panther or as good as like any of the characters really he's got in that list. Maybe Witch I would agree with, which I also have at a lower tier. But yeah, that's the first big disagreement we have. Now the second, now let's move up. So like then Torch, yeah, Torch I put a little bit higher, but I mean again Torch can fluctuate between these. He has Black Panther and Mr. Fent a little bit higher. I have them lower because just I think you just pick Thing and Black Panther sucks. Um, and yeah, like in general, like our B and C tiers, like a couple of our characters are switched around in our like because I imagine his is B and like just for simplicity, let me just do it this way. I mean, this is gonna look bad, but let me do it this so that it lines up with flats real quick, so that it's easier to compare. But look, so obviously I would move a lot of this stuff around if this was what the tiers were like, but just forget about that. I'm just lining it up for flats. Uh, our C and D tiers are pretty similar in some scenarios, like with the Black Panther, Mr. Fent. I just have them a bit lower, so some of our stuff switched up. Now, the big disagreement we have is he has Emma Frost in C tier. No, no, absolutely not. I don't know why Emma Frost is in C tier. Choke Slam is a automatic kill. That's it. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill if you hit it. Every time like Groot and Tankpool are banned, Emma Frost is the next picked character. Just that's how it's been. I can't imagine now. Here's an agreement: is he has Rogue in C tier, and I have her in B tier. I would actually knock her down. I've played with her a couple of times, and I've played against her. Yeah, she's actually not that good. I misjudged her, and so I actually agree with putting her a bit higher on the list. Now, again, you're like Mag and B tier is not where I would put Mag. It's just I'm lining it up with flats because this is supposed to be S and this is supposed to be broken. So, I wonder how I could do this. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna look stupid, but like, just understand that this. I would not. I would have to change this up if this was how the ranks were. It would be different, but I'm just gonna like let me talk about a couple more characters. Bucky being in C tier. Bucky's not C tier. He is not. This character still gets massive overhealth. He still has two very, very strong CC items, and his ultimate is still very good. So, why Bucky is in C tier is beyond me. Now, he's not as broken as he was, but he's not C tier in the slightest. He's still very good at countering dive as well. So, yeah, that's another disagreement for me. Another big one is Cap. He has Cap in B. I have him in D. I don't Cap doesn't really do much. I mean, his ultimate isn't that good. Uh he doesn't do much damage. He's jumping around in your back line, but he's kind of just free ult charge personally. Like whenever I play against him, you force him to jump out and it's kind of like they're down in a tank the whole time because he doesn't really do that much. Um what else? And then here's the big two. He has Phoenix and Hela in B tier. I have them in near both of them in S tier. Phoenix is permabanned in my rank, and my rank is like top 2, top 1%. Phoenix is permabanned. I mean, this character very rarely gets through, and when she does get through, she's picked by both teams because you have to play her. So, why this character is in B tier for him is probably one of the worst takes I've seen in a while from Platts. It's yeah. That is yeah, that's I don't know where I don't know like what shitter Phoenixes he's going against. But this character is still beyond broken. I mean, I don't know how he is. I put her right up there with Elsa because those are the two hit scans that like hit. Elsa, Phoenix, and Hela still run lobbies if they're open. So I have them at the top. Like I have Elsa, Phoenix, and Hela both all three of them in the top 4 DPS in the game right now. And it's literally they're like at least 2 of these 3 characters are permabanned in my games. Elsa is permabanned, and then either it's Phoenix or Hela is the next one. Cause there's not very much trouble with many other DPS. Those are the top big ones. Right? They're almost like they're basically uncounterable. So you have to ban them. So that's a big disagreement here. Because I don't agree with that. Now, the stuff I do agree with, Luna, Fox, Ultron, I have them all in the same tier, basically. I have Fox a little bit higher than Ultron and Luna, but that's because our tiers are a little bit, skewed because he did it with this lettering system, whereas I had the broken tier up here. We agree on the Gambit, the Loki placements. Jeff being an S tier, again, that's just part. No, I have him as the worst support in the game. I do because I mean he's survivable, sure, but this ultimate hurts our team more than it helps it because because his ultimate is constantly canceling our ultimates. Okay, so I had a strange ult where I had a 5-man strange ult, and then my Jeff ate the team, and it saved them. It saved the enemies. I would have killed all 5 of them, but our Jeff ate them, and then spit them out towards their spawn, and saved 4 of their players. So, and then sometimes he just eats you, like, because he's trying to eat the enemy team. He eats you when you're about to get a kill, and then somehow, some way they get away, and then they cost you a kill. Then the healing is not the greatest out of the healing circle. And on top of that, very often, if the Jeff tries to eat enemy players, he just gets jumped, and now you're down a player for his ultimate. I think it's the absolute, like, that's the last support I want to have on my team as a Jeff. And since he got Jeff NATO removed, it's just made him so much worse. So he has Jeff in S tier. That doesn't make any sense. Because the only selling factor is his survivability, and maybe if you want to say like his healing over time potential. But other than that, I mean, I would rather have any other support other than Jeff, just because his ultimate hurts you more than it helps you. Another Spider-Man and Wolverine in S tier. Spider-Man's not S tier. I have Lord Spider-Man. I played this character a bunch. He's not good. I mean, they pick Namor and you're screwed. I mean, even general hit scans do okay against him. Bucky does great against him, and the supports are still incredibly good against him. Triple support cooks him, and unless you're playing absolutely full dive with a full dive, you can't play this character solo dive, let alone even with 2 dives. So why he's in S tier? I mean, the only way to get consistent kills is to be constantly hooking players off the map, or you have to hit every single ability and every single shot in a row to get a kill. Like, getting kills with this character is so hard, especially since he's got a shitty team up. And so how he has like an S tier is just insane. He puts Spider-Man 2 tiers above Phoenix. Doesn't make any sense. Wolverine being that high as well, I put him in B tier. But like, if they don't play Strange, Mag, Groot, if they're playing any other combination of tanks, I really like. He doesn't get much value. I mean, tank pool he barely gets value against. Because I mean, tank pool just jumps out of the way, and if you miss your kidnap, then tank pool is gonna burst you out with the guns. Obviously, for obvious reasons, Angela and Venom are very hard to Venom you could force him out, right? Which is nice. Like he's good for like just every time Venom dives in, you kind of kidnap him and then you force him to swing out really early. He's really bad against Thor because Thor has a lot of mobility and Thor has high damage, which means that if you miss your kidnap on Thor, Thor will just pop Awakening Form and like blow up your passive, and then the next time you go in, you'll just die, you get stunned, whatever. It doesn't matter. Obviously, he's really bad against Thing because he can't kidnap Thing, and Thing will just stun him, remove all his mobility. Cap, you can't catch Cap. Emma Frost will just chokeslam you. I mean, a good Emma Frost will just see you coming and just chokeslam you. So, not good against her. Rogue, he could be okay, but again, she has a lot of mobility, so it's really hard to catch her. So, how Wolverine is an S tier is just, again, beyond me. Because unless they're playing, like, the only time you switch Wolverine is if they're playing Stranger Groot. And if they're not playing Stranger Groot, I mean, or Mag, Wolverine cannot just feast on every tank in the game. That's not how, it can't. And even then, like Groot, you need to make sure that the wall's down. Otherwise, Groot is okay against him. So he really only fully counters 2 tanks partially amounts of time. And you barely see these tanks played anymore. I mean, I barely see Mag. Like, I haven't seen Mag in a while. Strange, you see a little bit more, but not that much. So, like, the other tanks that you see a lot more of, I mean, in general, Wolverine doesn't do that great against. Punisher being an S tier, I guess I could kind of see it. Is there anything else that's crazily out of place? I mean, no, but those are the big ones. So Jeff, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Phoenix and Hela. I just these couple, Bucky too, Emma Frost. Those are the big ones. I mean, those ones are way out of place. I mean, like when he put, if you go and watch his video, which I encourage you to do, go take a look, see if you agree with the points that he says about these characters. Uh, yeah, I mean these, like, a lot of his chat, like even the chat now. I don't know how good his chat is, like in general, if his chat is like low level players or high level, but all of them said Phoenix is S tier. All of them, pretty much all of them. I mean, there is very few players who said that Phoenix should be in B tier. They all said that Phoenix should be in B tier, or sorry, S tier. And that is like that's probably the biggest defender in his list, is the fact that Phoenix is B tier, and probably the fact that Jeff is S tier. Those are probably the two biggest, because there's no way Phoenix is B tier, just not. Unless again there's some miracle in his ranks that Phoenix is not even that good somehow, but she's still very very, very broken. I mean, she could take off 500 HP off of any tank in a matter of seconds, like literally seconds. So, like, that's the biggest offender. Hela being that low is crazy. Jeff and Spider-Man being an S tier is also, you're gonna put Spider-Man next to Elsa Bloodstone. Really? Really? You think those characters are on equal levels? I guarantee you ask 99% of the players. No, they're not. So, and then yeah, I had to make a couple updates. So, let me put this back to how I had it, just to see if let me TCP A S and then broken. Okay. So let me make a couple edits to mine. Do I want to, let me go up, so I don't want to change any of these. Do I want to change any of these? You know what, go ahead. I'll put Cloak and Dagger up there. Flats, I agree with these 3. I mean, I personally don't think, nah, actually no, I'm not going to. I'm going to put her at the top of S. I think this tier right here is reserved for characters that absolutely need nerfs. So, I'm not going to do that. And then, okay, fine. I'll put that up there because, no, I'm not going to. This is reserved for characters that need nerfs. I'm not going to put Cloak and Dagger or Tank Pull up there. I'm very tempted to put Hela up there. As much as she frustrates the living crap out of me, and as broken as she is, I'm not gonna put her up there. I think these are fine. He puts Magic way lower. I can't put Magic that low. I mean, a good Magic, I mean, she's unkillable. So I'm not gonna put her up there. I'm not gonna put her lower than S. Star-Lord, same reason as Magic. He's unkillable. I'm gonna drop Hawkeye down to B. This is the biggest drop I'm gonna have. I agree with this one. He has Hawkeye lower than this. I can't put Hawkeye lower than that because of the one shot, but I actually do agree that Hawkeye's like a lot weaker now, and he's much easier to kill because of his HP nerf. So I'm actually gonna put him lower, which I agree with there. That's fine. Groot's fine there. I think he is the second best tank in the game. So we'll put him right next to Tank Pool. I think Tank Pool is the best tank in the game, and that's one of the big points I agree with. He says Tank Pool is the best tank in the game. I agree with that. Emma Frost it is A tier or S tier. I don't know why he has Emma Frost any lower than S tier. This character is incredibly strong. I mean, her beam charge, her beam does a lot of damage. Constantly getting that soul snatch is just insane. That's so much damage. And then her choke slam, literally, if you get choke slammed, every player in the game knows it. If you get choke slammed, you die. That's it. The only way you live is if you like get a mag bubble or like I don't know, some miracle has to happen. You have to have crazy overhealth, something. But if you get choke slammed without a life saving resource, you will die. It is a guaranteed death. Moon Knight, I'm dropping. Pun is staying there, and so is Namor. Mag, uh, yeah, I'll keep Mag there. Let me shift around the tiers a little bit. Let me shift this to put some characters higher. I have Fox in A. I'm gonna drop her down one. Even after her buffs, she's not that strong. I have Wolverine, Daredevil, Bucky, Tank Pool or DPS Pool in A. I could even drop DPS Pool down one, I think. Because his biggest problem is that outside of his ultimate, he doesn't do much. Because remember, I'm solo queuing, so I don't constantly have a dive team. So a character has to be able to work on their own, and he can't. So I'm gonna put him lower as well. I'm gonna put him above these guys though. Hi B. Moon Knight, I'm still keeping there. Mantis, I'm keeping there because I love Mantis, and you know, if you have triple support, she's one of if not the best triple supports. Yeah, DPS Pool goes there. Rogue, I dropped her down 2 tiers, or no, I dropped her down 1 because she was bad. Venom deserves to be there. Spidey, Psylocke, Iron Fist, yeah. Yeah. Hulk, he's better after the buffs. Nah, I'm not putting him any higher. Ultron's mid. Support pool mid, unfortunately. Yeah, I agree with this B tier is good. Jeff, I think, is the worst support in the game, so I can't. And I don't even see him. And when I do have him on my team, he actually it's like 5v7 because the Jeff is playing for the enemy team. So I'm not even gonna do that. These deserve to be here. He puts Cap higher. I can't put Cap higher. This character is terrible. Yeah. That's how I would actually switch around my tier list, make it look a little bit more reasonable. There's a couple characters that I did get wrong, like Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Rogue. I had DPS Pool and Fox a little bit too high, but this is probably where I would actually leave it. Probably, yeah. I have to say this is probably one of his worst tier lists, but I mean, this must like the only thing I can think of is this is exclusively for like top 500 somehow. Somehow Phoenix isn't good in top 500. I don't. Somehow Spider Man is as good as Elsa Bloodstone in top 500. I guess. Right? Because I mean, it's very hard to it's very hard for me to critique this guy because obviously Flats is very popular, and he has in general he has very good takes, and obviously he's a lot better player than I am. I'm not gonna say I'm a bad player. I think I'm a pretty good player, top 1% consistently, but uh, I can't understand this tier list unless there's some crazy meta shift at the top levels because anywhere lower than because the only level that I haven't been at is Eternity. I've been at every level under that, and this is more consistent with every level under Eternity than this is. So, I mean, there's a lot. Again, there is a lot of stuff that we agree with though. Elsa Bloodstone, Loki, Gambit, Groot, Tank Pool. Like I have that in the same spot. I think that I put these tanks a little bit lower, but not too much lower. Mag I have in there. Our DPS slots as well. Like I have Psylocke and Star Lord, and these characters, like in pretty much the same tier as him. It's just that this S tier is really weird, and then like this B tier is super weird too. Specifically, this heart in the middle here with all the DPS. I mean, they're trying to say tank pool or sorry, DPS pool is as good as Phoenix. No, he's not. No, he's not. So yeah, there's a couple things. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video just to like, obviously fix some stuff because of the balance changes and based on I played a little bit more, so I know a little bit more about the meta now. But I also wanted to comment on this because his I can't remember what the other one was. There was like season I don't know, maybe it was a season 6 one or 6 no, season 5.5, season 6. I mean that one was also really really bad too. But yeah. So I really appreciate y'all for staying to the end of the video. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think about this tier list, Flats' tier list, my tier list, what you guys think about the meta. Like whose tier list is more accurate based on the meta or based on what you're seeing in competitive. Um and if you like the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. And I'll see y'all in the next one.